everybody! So, the first video I showed you, I was explaining what the PowerPoint we're going to be working through this week. I was explaining that. But today I'm going to give you an example of what I'm looking for you to answer today. So, for a whole big project, I want you to answer this question today. At least come up in your mind with, what am I going to write about? I want you to take today to really think about it, okay? So our question is, what unexpected event shows how a person can influence someone from a different generation? Okay, I'm going to tell you my example. So I shared a little about Lisa knowing me last week in a video. The sweet girl from Ecuador that I had the opportunity and the privilege to meet and kind of watch her grow up. And when I first met her, she was about 5 or 6, and now she's your age. And we talk on Facebook back and forth. She writes it in Spanish and I write it in English, and we kind of like to learn from each other in that way. And so I still talk to her even today. So I first met her in 2013. And the story that I want to focus in on for my response to this project is this. When I was there, we were working at a school, and I was helping one of our leaders, and a translator was there to help her as she led this activity for the 5 and 6 year olds. It was an activity in like a craft, and they all had to only have like one item. And something happened, an unexpected event, to where the leader had to go tend to something else, and the translator left. Now here's the problem. I wasn't a very good leader. I was kind of shy then. It was hard for me to teach. And I didn't know how to speak Spanish. So I was left with all these 5 and 6 year olds not knowing how to explain how to do this activity. Because 1, I was shy, and 2, I didn't speak Spanish. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? So as I'm trying to make hand motions, I'm trying to show them how to do it with my facial expressions and my hands, and it just wasn't working. Then sweet little Lisa came up to me, and she wanted to help. Now Lisa could speak a little English, but not really. But she was a really good communicator. And what I mean by that is, she watched my mouth move and me explain with my hands and gestures what I was trying to say. And she was so brilliant that she figured it out. As soon as she understood, her eyes popped open. And then she turns towards the rest of the class, the 5 and 6 year olds, and she's 5 herself, and starts speaking in Spanish to all of them, the directions. And then all the kids were like, oh. I was so thankful for her. And that was the unexpected event that I was left on my own, didn't know what to do. And Lisa stepped in and completely took over. And she influenced me by her confidence and by her ability to adapt. She completely inspired me by how well she was able to speak in front of her peers at such a young age, and how smart she was for understanding what I was saying. She completely inspired me to really be the teacher that I am today. And so, a different generation, a younger generation in this instance. Lisa was 5, and I don't remember how old I was, 17? Influenced me to be a teacher one day because of her confidence and her ability to be patient and adapt with those around her. So I want you to think today of what story you're going to tell. So maybe whatever you wrote about on Friday about someone that taught you a lesson, someone older or younger, or that you taught someone else. Whatever that story was, think back to it and figure out maybe what was that unexpected event? What was the problem or conflict that was happening to where they changed things influenced the situation. Okay? So be thinking of that today. Just think of your story. Think of what you want to write about today. And that's all you got to do. And we'll move on to the next slides tomorrow.